He needs me and I need him. He's a legend in the sport.
The 2023 boxing calendar was an entertaining series of events, but one highly anticipated boxing match that wasn't included on the docket was the undisputed super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez versus the former two-time WBC super middleweight champion David Benavidez.
David Benavidez is the logical opponent. At this moment, he should fight David Benavidez.
Fight fans have had their eyes set on this potential matchup for the past 2 years, but unfortunately, this super fight hasn't been made.
You know, he talks a lot of shit about David, that he's not good, that he hasn't
earned as the WBC mandatory contender of the division.
The Mexican superstar dominated Jermell Charlo to remain undisputed super middleweight champion.
I'm happy with the performance tonight, and I'm gonna continue to do it.
Alvarez made it clear that he intends to fight on Cinco de Mayo weekend, and no one in the business would stop Alvarez from what he wants, especially when that is putting the Mexican superstar in a fight on a Mexican holiday weekend.
Cinco de Mayo, whoever, I don't care.
That seems to lock his return date in for May 4th, 2024.
Benavidez is a great fight for Canelo. I thought it would produce fireworks.
The biggest bout at super middleweight would be Canelo against Benavidez, a ferocious volume puncher who is top 168-pounder after Alvarez.
I'm desperate to show the world I am the best.
With his fan-friendly style, size and growing star, the undefeated Benavidez represents at once the toughest challenge for Alvarez and perhaps his biggest money-making matchup.
At the end of the day, I know he's scared. He doesn't want to face David.
It's no secret that two-time WBC super middleweight champion, the Mexican monster David Benavidez, wants another shot at the title.
I mean, my goal was to win all the belts, unified world champion.
More specifically, he would like a shot at undisputed champion Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I'm #1 contender to fight Canelo. He has all the belts.
Canelo is the current undisputed champion in the division, but many say his toughest test will come from Benavidez.
Just make it happen. Let's give the fans what they want to see.
David Benavidez didn't hold back when talking about Saul Canelo Alvarez, after the latter refused to face him and instead opted to go up against Jermell Charlo.
If he's not going to fight me, he should just let me know. I'll go up to 175.
Last March, after defeating Caleb Plant, the Red Flag challenged Alvarez to a fight, which was highly anticipated by boxing fans.
I have a lot of respect for Canelo Alvarez, but he has to give me that shot now. That's what everybody wants to see.
Benavidez made his case stronger still with a decision victory over Caleb Plant recently, a man Canelo stopped back in 2021 to add the fourth 168-pounds belt to his collection.
He was so disciplined. You never seen Canelo drink. Caleb Plant does not have the stamina. He's a true fighter.
Benavidez was forced to go the 12-round distance to defeat the former IBF super middleweight champion Plant last month on March 25th in a tough fight that saw Caleb dominate early but then fade late.
I'm not really satisfied because I didn't get the knockout, but this is a great way to get a victory, just dominating performance.
Caleb showed a lot of heart staying in there for the full 12 rounds and not quitting or letting his corner pull him out.
Canelo did stop Caleb. David didn't stop Caleb. So in Canelo's eyes, he's still a better fighter right now.
Benavidez is undefeated at 27-0 with 23 knockouts.
My only goal wasn't just to fight Canelo.
David became the youngest world champion in super middleweight history by defeating Ronald Gavril in September 2017.
You are the youngest champion in the sport of boxing right now.
I think that he's just a brawler, that he's just like they say in Mexico, fajador.
He claimed the vacant WBC super middleweight title in May 2022 with a third-round TKO win over David Lemieux. Many believes Canelo Alvarez is waiting for the perfect moment before he agrees to fight David Benavidez.
Canelo probably waiting for the time, or waiting for the right time.
Just what Canelo is waiting for is unclear, as he's getting older, and his game is starting to show signs of slippage.
I'm gonna put my everything there. My experience, my power, my skills.
What makes the fight so tricky to predict is the size of David Benavidez.
And bigger, and I think that will be more dangerous for Canelo.
Benavidez is 6 feet, 2 inches, tall, towering over most super middleweights. Add to it, the downhill nature of Benavidez, who when prompted will not stop letting his hands go, makes for a rough night for nearly any fighter.
Look at the numbers, what he did in the pay-per-view. It's not just saying is very easy.
With an uncanny blend of size, strength and hand speed, Benavidez has long been viewed as the fighter who can best challenge Canelo.
Benavidez, tough, gritty, hungry. He ain't gonna come and lay down. He gonna come and fight.
Benavidez isn't going to outbox Alvarez. That isn't really his ring identity.
You know what? You guys haven't seen the best of David.
He has to turn the battle into a bit of a firefight and test how much of a super middleweight Alvarez really is.
Canelo's the best pound for pound right now, the king of 168. But I think it will be a great fight, a very dangerous fight.
Fighting at a faster, quicker pace benefits Benavidez, who can reel off fast combinations with ease.
I got a lot of power too, and I throw punches and bunches, and I don't get tired. So I think that's the best thing about me. My stamina is crazy.
Slowing the pace would be key for Alvarez, as that would take away what Benavidez does best, letting his hands go from close distance.
Right now, I'd beat Canelo Alvarez, and I feel like it would be a great fight for the fans too.
Alvarez has shown great versatility in recent fights, and in this particular matchup, keying his attack with the jab and keeping Benavidez from dictating the tempo will be the way to go.
We want to see him against somebody his own size, somebody that's going to punch back at him. We want to see him against Benavidez.
Alvarez's balance, footwork and head movement are some of the best around and have made many of his opponents look silly as they end up sparring with oxygen.
You're not on my level, and you will see.
Canelo has devastating body shots that he uses early and often to slow his opponents down and open them up for head shots. It's about time that Canelo finally faces Benavidez and rematches Bivol because he's really veered away from fighting cutting edge since last year.
He should never have fought Dimitri Bivol. Too big, too long, all the skills, etc. It's just the wrong matchup.
Canelo views himself as one of the top fighters in boxing, but he's not doing what the other top is by putting more energy into scoring knockouts to impress the fans.
Finally, I'm back. I feel confident right now. I feel great.
Canelo feels he is above. Naoya Inoue and Terence Crawford find a way to knock out their opponents by fighting hard, throwing combinations, and going all out to get the stoppage.
Hey, Inoue got to do something spectacular in order to remain and keep his spot. But Canelo, this was a showcase fight, bruh.
We didn't see that from Canelo, who threw a lot of single shots against Jermell.
The only thing is that he didn't throw enough punches.
Canelo is able to get away with fighting beatable opposition like Jermell, John Ryder, Billy Joe Saunders, 41-year-old Gennady Golovkin, and Avni Yildirim.
When I'm happy with Golovkin, I'm tired because I always fight the fighter, you say.
A champion as popular as Canelo can game the system by defending against anyone else, and the sanctioning bodies won't give him any gruff about it because of his star power.
He wants to fight on Cinco de Mayo. He wants to fight on Mexican Independence Day. What do you say to that?
We want to see Canelo again, and we want to see him against somebody his own size. Somebody that's going to punch back at him.
One of them is young and he's enthusiastic. The other is very experienced, and he's not such an old guy either, but he got a lot of fights behind him.
We want to see him against Benavidez.